Hello, and thank you for joining me, Rose Ward, Stampersdelight.com. Grab your coffee, grab your tea, and come stamp with me. Welcome to Fun Fold Friday. I know it's not Friday morning like I'm usually on, but had a slow start to the day, so I hopped on this afternoon. If you'd like that mug that I just showed you, you can go to stampersdelightshop.com and check out the stamping apparel, mugs, and other goodies for the crafter in your life. Couple of other things: Hello Irresistible online exclusive suite. You can get a downloadable PDF with 10 projects when you order either the suite or the bundle through me. Donna Gray and myself have a fun fold, not the fun fold, sorry, I keep saying that, the One Sheet Wonder Club. We changed it up a little bit. So we have a One Sheet Wonder monthly club. This month is with Hello Irresistible. So let me explain the way the club works. Okay, each month we choose a different designer series paper. This month is with the Hello Irresistible Designer Series paper, which is 6x6. For $60 in the US, you are going to get the gems, you're going to get ribbon, you're going to get the Designer Series paper, you are going to get envelopes, and you're going to get soft, subtle cardstock. Now, the gems are back ordered in the United States, but as soon as they're available, I will ship them to you. You're going to get at least 12 card ideas per month. Donna will do a video and I'll do a video, and we will play with those One Sheet Wonders. And mine this month had 6, and I believe hers had 6 also. So you got 12 ideas. Now, you don't have to sign up for any length of time. You can do it monthly. That is up to you. All the links are below. And we will be posting April's very soon. I also have my April online card class going on with Sweet Citrus. Now, I've changed this a little bit this month. The April online card class with Sweet Citrus is actually a fun fold class. So you're going to get 6 cards to do. Card kit with 6 cards. There's 2 of each, 3 designs. So you will have 3 fun folds in this club or card kit. Now, this is a YouTube link that I send to you. All right, and that's where the tutorial is. So again, the links will be below. Back to this one, I just want to remind everybody, this is a Facebook group. However, if you're not on Facebook, we do upload them to YouTube, and we will give you the exclusive link. So both of these have YouTube links. So if you're not on Facebook, no worries, you can still sign up. Also this month, this is my free card kit. When you place any order with me, you will get this card kit free. You will also get a PDF downloadable PDF, and it'll tell you how to put the card together. Now, you do get the bunny punch, but you do not have these stamps, okay? So you either have to purchase the stamps at Easter Bunny or use what you have. And again, that goes out to no matter what your order is, I send you one of these, okay? All right, let's get started. So here's my host code for this month if you'd like to place an order with me. Now, I am playing around a little bit with my videos here, and a lot of people said they couldn't see very clearly because I was too far away. So I did bring it up so that we are closer. But if I'm far away and you're watching me, just increase your screen, all right? But for today, we're going to try this. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use the Marigold Moments bundle. And I'm going to show you a couple of cards that I did within this, and then we're going to do a fun fold because it's Fun Fold Friday. Okay, so here is the Marigold Moments, and then here are the dies. Now, my dies are kind of messed up because I was playing with them. Normally, I would have them on a... Oh, let's do this so you can see these beautiful dies. Normally, I like to put them on my magnetic sheets so that you can see them better. The only problem with, I'm going to bring this down for a minute. The only problem with decreasing and increasing that is you can't always see everything. So here's all the dies, okay? So this is the dice to the Marigold moments. And of course, here are the stamps. Beautiful, right? I'm just going to slide those back in there because this is not a magnetic sheet. I have to get another one for that. And I get those right on Amazon. All right, so let me show you a couple of cards that I did with this, and I'll explain. I like to explain what pieces I've used. So for this one, I'm using the Fancy Flora paper, which is still available, because when I think, I have a lot here, when I think of marigolds, I think yellow and like orange. Okay, I know they come in other colors, but that's my marigold. That's what I think of. So here's the first one I did, and I used the Fancy Flora paper. And you can see that I just did a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 designer series paper. Took another 4 1/4, 4 by 5 1/4 white, ran it through our new 3D embossing folders, where you get 3 embossing folders in the packet. And then I used this die right here to create that scallop. And then, of course, the more intricate dies right here for these flowers. So this was my first card. And I used the gold sequence on this. Some of them look like teardrops, and I actually love this for this card. So this was my first one. And, of course, I have everything touched in gold because the saying says you have a heart of gold. This is a thank you card that I did. I will have still shots on my blog. Now for this one, and I'll have everything on my blog, including all the item numbers that I've used. This is our new radiating stitch dies back here. There's a little piece of that designer series paper. Here's one of our new circle punches. Well, they're not new, but they brought them back. Here is, of course, the larger die and stamp. You have a heart of gold. Again, gold sequence. Happy Mother's Day. I'm getting a jump on my Mother's Day cards because before you know it, it's here. I kept saying putting off Easter, and look at Easter's what, 2 weeks away? So this is a Mother's Day card, and I do send out quite a few Mother's Day cards. So there's the matching envelope. I know some people say, well, I don't do Mother's Day cards, but I like to send out Mother's Day cards to friends too. So here's another one, again with that radiating die, but this time I used both dies so that I cut this window out. And then I put the designer series paper behind it. And then again, the stamp and die, and I used some of our soft succulent ribbon, which is going away. I don't like that. And of course the die pieces that I stamped and cut with the dies. Again, you have a heart of gold. Happy Mother's Day. Again, I am getting a jump on my Mother's Day cards. Now, I did show this on a post that I had done. This is our new border punches. And this one I absolutely love for my envelope. The other ones are a little too intricate, so they cut a little bit too much off of the lip of the envelope, but this one I absolutely love for that. So there is my other sample. Again, still shots will be on my blog along with the measurements and all the items used. Stampersdelight.com is my blog. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a fun fold for today. So the first thing I'm going to do is find my little cheat sheet here. There we go. And again, these directions and measurements will be on my blog, and I will also do a PDF on those for my this week's newsletter. So the link is below for my newsletter. You want to sign up for my free newsletter, because when I send a newsletter out, I do have a free PDF downloadable file at the very bottom of my newsletter, and this coming week will be this card that I'm showing you. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take a piece of soft succulent. I'm going to cut that at 4 1/4 by 11. So I'm just doing it straight down. I'm going to do some scoring on this. So I'm going to push that down there and grab my scoring blade, which hopefully is still in here. There we go. Okay. My score lines are 1 1/4. So there's my 1 inch. Here's my 1 1/4. Then I'm going to go to 1 3/4. And then I'm going to do 2 3/4. I'm going to flip it around. I find it's the easiest way to do it. And I am going to do 1 1/4 on this side. I am going to do 1 3/4. And then I'm going to do 2 3/4. So this is a double fun fold card. You'll see why in a minute. Okay, so now I'm going to grab my bone folder, and I am going to give them a good scoring. Just like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. Fold that. And I like to sometimes just tuck these like that so I know where the folds are, because you really want to get a good scoring. And I'm going to bring this up a little bit now so you can see a little bit closer. I just have to remember to do that, right? Okay. So now I have this cute little fold, and I want it like this. So it's good. It can stand up if you want. And again, burnishing it really well. So this will be able to stand up when we are done. All right, so that's what that card is going to, that's the base of it. I'm going to grab another piece of that soft succulent, which, by the way, is one of the colors that are being retired. Unless they're going to be on the new refresh. We don't know yet what's coming and what's going. This color is supposed to go, but we'll see. So this piece right here is going to be 3, and I think that's too big. I don't want it that big. I need that at, let me just flip my cheat sheet here. Okay, it's got to be 1 3/4. So I'm going to do 1 3/4 because that's, I just have this piece left. 1 3/4 by 8 1/2. So you could use an 8 1/2 piece of cardstock, but I had this piece left. 8 1/2. Okay, so that's, again, 1 3/4 by 8 1/2. We are going to score that in half, which is at 4 1/4. And I'm going to use my scoring tool or blade because I want a good crisp end. Okay, let's put that aside for a minute. So this will get folded up like that, and that's going to actually go in the center, and you'll see when I'm done. Okay, now let's grab some designer series paper, because that's the next thing we're going to do. So I'm going to grab, I need 2 pieces of designer series paper. I want to use some great colors, so let's see what colors. I want to use some of the green, but I also want to have, oh, I bet you this would look nice. But see, I want some yellow, so I'm looking through my papers here. This has green and yellow. So we're going with some green and yellow. It doesn't have to be the same pattern paper. You can mix it up. So I have a bunch of them here, and I'm going to grab a whole sheet here because I want this. And you see I have the green and the yellow. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So this piece right here, let's move this out of the way. This is actually the same piece. And I like to use up my scraps first. Okay, so I need 1 inch. I need 2 of these. Again, this will all be on my blog. 1 inch. 1 inch. By 4 1/4. So I need to do that at 4 1/4. 4 1/4. So I have 2 of those. And then I need 2 that are 3/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to flip it over this time. And I'm going to do 3/4 of an inch. Whoop, I think I did that at 1/2 inch. I need 3/4 of an inch. 3/4. 3/4. And again, I want some of this yellow. I want the colors that I'm using. The Calypso Coral, the Daffodil, and of course the green. So I'm going to grab these two. I want that yellow right there. I want that yellow and green right here. And again, this is 4 1/4. Line those up. 4 1/4. There we go. And now I have 2 of those. So I'm going to bring this in. First, we're going to do the outside. So those 1-inch pieces are going to go right here on each side. So let's start with that. So we have 1-inch piece there and leaving a little border on the side. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Again, this paper is still available. A lot of people think it's not. It is still available. And if one of them is a little bit longer, because sometimes my hand moves, I'm just going to trim that off. There we go. Okay, so that now what we're going to do is we are going to take this piece, these 1-inch pieces, and they're going to go right here. Okay, so we're going to do that. Again, sorry I missed you this morning. The morning got away from me. Really off to a fast start. So, but I'm so glad you could join me later in the afternoon. We're going to put that one right there. Okay. Now we are going to open it up. And I need 2 more pieces right in here. So for these, I am going to grab the yellow paper again, and I am going to grab, so actually I need 4 3 3/4, 4 3/4 by 4 1/4. But I like to do it step by step. So these are our 3/4 inch pieces again, by 4 1/4. Okay, there we go. And those are actually going to go on the inside. You could do all of these pieces if you wanted to, but I'm just going to do these. And I'm going to use the yellow here, I think. Let's just fold it up and see how that looks. Yeah, I'm going to use the yellow again. You can do this in any color. And again, if you want to do strips on each one of these, you can. I'm just doing it on the inside like that. For now, I might change it. So when you look at the card, it's going to look like this. When you open it, you can open it all the way out like that, or you can just leave it, and you'll see what I mean in a second. Okay, so that's that. Now let's grab some more designer series paper, and this time again I want to grab some of this. I'm not sure if I have enough here, so I want to grab one. Let's just see. I think what I'm going to do first is just measuring something, make sure I got the measurements right. Okay, before I cut that, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this one down so you can see how this all fits together. This is actually going to go right here. Okay. And then, oh, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to use white. I decided I want white instead. Let's grab a piece of white. This is what happens when I start playing. I just change things up. I decided I want white in the middle. So again, I'm going to do another piece. And again, 1 3/4. Let's do it this way because then it'll be the right size. 1 3/4 by 8. That's what happens when I go live or start creating and recording, either way. Okay, so I did white instead. Okay, so now we're going to close that, and I'm going to put this right in the center. This is going to get glued all the way down. So let me just use my stamp and seal. I'm going to close this up because I want it to make sure it's right in the center. I'm going to put that right here. Hopefully my head is in the way. Sorry about that. I'll put that right there. Okay. Now I need 2 pieces for right here. And for those pieces, I think I'll grab a little bit different. Some green, some yellow. This has to be 1 5/8. Let's see how much room we got here. Because I didn't write this one down. So if you look here, you have about 2 inches. Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm going to go with some more of this great color. Let me grab some more of it. And I'm going to do 1 3/4. And then I'm flip it around because I want some of that yellow. 1 3/4 by 4 1/4. I'm going to cut that piece and this piece. I want to keep those yellows, those nice bright yellows, by 4 1/4. Again, this will all be on my blog, including all the measurements. Let's move that out of the way. And now I'm going to glue these down on each side here. Again, if it's a little too large or hanging over, you can always trim it. So I am going to go ahead and glue this one down right, bumping it right up to where it folds. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I have this beautiful designer series paper, which we can see. So now it folds up this way and it folds here. So what are we going to do with that? Well, I will show you. I am going to grab those radiating dies. I think I can fit this one. I'm going to try this one. I'm going to grab the middle one, right? I'm going to grab this beautiful gold paper, and I am going to bring that in and cut that out. So I'm going to move this aside for a minute, and we will go with this one. So let's run that through. I'll put that right up in the corner. And I do have another sample of this to show you when we're done. Okay, so here's my gold. And my gold is actually going to go right here. Now, it's a little thinner, but it's okay. It's going to work. We're going to just really burnish this. Okay, so we're going to take this piece and we're going to layer that right on the center, right in the middle here, okay? It's easier to do the glue here so that you don't have it overhanging on this gold piece. So we are going to center that right there, okay? Now what I'm going to do is excuse me, I'm going to grab piece of white. We're going to do some stamping. I am going to grab these big pieces. Oh, this one's stuck. My block is stuck. Give me 1 second. I stuck my stamps together, and this one really stuck. And I'm trying to do it without breaking my nail. Let me use this. Do you ever have that happen? Look, it's stuck together. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. I can't believe that. Maybe I had some glue on there. Oh, well, that was crazy. All right, back to stamping. Let's grab some yellow. I'm using Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to be using some Calypso Coral. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this piece. I'm going to ink up my Daffodil Delight. I can't believe how... Anybody have them stick together like that before? I mean, normally I don't put them together like that, so I'm not really sure why they did that, but... So let me show you what I'm talking about. I had two stamps like this. The back side was stuck inside there. So I guess that's a good lesson to learn. If you do that, you can get them apart. Use your bone folder. All right, we're getting back to stamping here. I am going to stamp this right on top. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Oh, look how gorgeous that is. All right. And then I'm going to stamp, let's see. I'm going to stamp this one right here. I'm going to stamp that over here. And then I'm going to cut those out. So let's bring in my machine. And the dies that I need for that are the Marigold ones. So I need this large one, and you can see I still have a piece of tape on here, my magic tape. That's what I like to use, and I leave it right on the die because it's sticky enough to reuse. And then I want to use, where are you? And then I want to use my other die, which is down here. And again, it's still got the sticky on it. We're going to do that. And run that through. Oh, didn't have those lined up very well. My goodness. Now you see what kind of day I've been having, right? It's all good. It's all good. Okay, so we are going to pull that out. And there's my one piece. And let's grab the leaves here. I'm going to bring this in now. And this is going to get layered right on top of here. And this is going to go down here. So it's going to look like that. So I'm going to use dimensionals for this. So I'm going to grab my large dimensionals. I'm going to grab my take your pick tool. And I'm going to add those on here. So a lot of these items that I'm using the radiating stitch dies. This is an online exclusive. But again, I tell everybody, if you're one of my customers that does not shop online, you can call me and we can place the order over the phone like I usually do for you. I don't want you to be confused by that online exclusive, okay? All right, I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals too here. And then I am going to tuck that right here. Doesn't have to worry about that. I'm going to put a bow on it. Okay. Then I'm going to grab our soft succulent ribbon. I'm going to make a nice little bow. Now I do bunny ears, one ear. Tuck that one under there. Grab those bunny ears and the tail. Tighten that up. Hold on to it, pull it tight, and then just trim it off. That bow's going to go right there. I want this just a tad smaller, so let's just trim that a little bit more. That's going to go right here. Once I get it, I'm tightening it, taking my Stampin' Seal, rolling it right over there. That's going to go right there. So now when you look at the card, it looks like this. So there's your double fold, right? You flip it up here and you open it up here. Now I am going to stamp the inside. And I am going to stamp with that. You have a heart of gold. I love that sentiment. Perfect for Mother's Day. Mothers, grandmothers, aunts, friends. You have a heart of gold. And then we are going to close that up. And then I'm going to put something on the front here. You really don't need anything on the front, but I think I might. Let's take a look. Let's see. I'm going to put some gold gems on there. So I'm going to grab these gold adhesive gems, and those ones have those ones that look like little teardrops. I like those. Flip that up. Again, just making sure that this is burnished really well so it stays flat. Then it goes like that. Okay, so let's put some of these gems on here. So I'm going to add this one. Let's see where I want to add this. Over here. And I'm playing around with this other one here. Okay, so I'm going to add one large one here. I want it up a little higher. And a couple of these smaller ones. We have 3 different sizes here, so I'm thinking I'm going to kind of use all 3. That little one's not going to show there, so I'm going to add that one down here. Whoop. I'm going to add that one over here. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, I think. Maybe just 2 of them now. Let's see. This is upside down, so let's grab that right side up. Bring that one down a little bit. Grab this one, and this one's going to go right about here. Okay. So you have this beautiful card, just like that. You open it up, and then you can pull it out. I'm going to put some of those gold gems in here because I like the fact that it says you have a heart of gold. I'm going to put a little gold one right there, I think. And I think it really brings it out. What do you think? Double fold card. This card, when you give it to somebody, they can leave it on their desk. Let me flip this up so you can see. So when you give this to somebody, it can actually stand up just like this on their desk. Okay. So it would go like that. And again, let me hold it here so you can see. There we go. It would just flip up this way. So this is a double fold, fun fold. Not hard to make at all. I'm going to just grab an envelope because if I don't, I'll forget. And I am going to grab some of that designer series paper. Let's flip this back down. And I'm actually going to use whatever piece I have left. Let's see, do I have a piece large enough? I do. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what? Do I want to do it that way? Let's see. I think so. No. I'm going to do the elegant borders. I love this elegant border. So let's put that aside for a second. Let's put that aside for a second. Let me show you this. This is the die that I love. Okay, tap that off. And this one works perfect on the lip of your envelope. Oh, you know what? Let's try this. I haven't tried this yet, so this is a first. Let's go ahead and see if I can run it through with the designer series paper on it. That's why I love doing these online classes with you. We come up with new things together, right? Okay, so don't forget to share my videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, everywhere I am. And when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you'll know when I upload a new video or I go live. So now let's do this. So let's show you again. This is the one that was all white, right? Now I'm going to take it through both layers. Let's see what happens. I'm going to leave it off to the side while I do that because it's just easier. But I won't take the die off, I promise. I'll show it to you when I get it done. Okay, let's see how it worked. So I am going to bring that whole thing back in. There's the die. Let's take it off and see what we have. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? So now I have a matching envelope for my Fun Fold card. Oh, I love it with the designer series paper. You got to get those border stamps. Okay, let's move this out of the way. Let me show you the first one that I actually did with that same idea. And I used a Calypso Coral. And I used the smaller of the radiating dies. So you can use either one. But I used the smaller one here. And I used the more intricate dies right here from the Marigolds. And of course, that's our delicate desert foil paper. So I just like that. You have a heart of gold. So this was another one that I did, and you can see the difference. One is the other gold. This is the foil gold, and this, of course, was the larger radiating dies. So what'd you think of Fun Fold Friday? Did you like these cards? Again, don't forget they will be on my blog, Stampersdelight.com, a little bit later. So definitely check that if you want the measurements, if you want the PDF downloadable file. You've got some time. I probably won't get that done until tomorrow. So just go to the link below that says sign up for my free newsletter. And tomorrow when I send out the newsletter, you will have a downloadable PDF for this card. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me today on Fun Fold Friday afternoon rather than Fun Fold Friday morning. And I hope you have a great weekend. Until next time, keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.